Have you ever felt like financial abundance is locked behind a door you simply can't open, no matter how many keys you try? Like there's some secret password that everyone else seems to know, but somehow you missed the memo? But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. You're not alone. Every single day, millions of people wake up wondering why wealth seems to flow so easily to some while remaining frustratingly out of reach for others. Has this ever happened to you? You spend hours crafting the perfect business pitch, rehearsing financial affirmations, or meticulously planning investment strategies, only to watch your efforts dissolve into nothing when the crucial moment arrives. The words stick in your throat, the confidence evaporates, and that door to prosperity remains firmly shut. What if I told you that the problem isn't your strategy, your education, or even your network? What if the real issue is something far more fundamental, something you do thousands of times each day without even realizing it? Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover might completely transform your relationship with money forever. The truth is, we've all been looking in the wrong place. We've been focused on external solutions, the perfect business plan, the right investment opportunity, the ideal side hustle, when the real key to unlimited abundance has been within us all along. This isn't about positive thinking or some vague law of attraction concept that leaves you wondering what you're doing wrong. This is about the specific, measurable energy you broadcast to the universe every single moment through your internal dialogue about money. It's about the exact words you speak to yourself in the privacy of your own mind that either magnetize wealth toward you or push it away with surprising force. What would change for you if you discovered that wealth isn't something you chase, but something you attract through the precise frequency you're broadcasting? What doors might open if you learned to rewire your financial self-talk from the inside out? I've spent years studying the patterns of those who effortlessly attract abundance and those who seem to repel it, despite their best efforts. And I've identified the exact words, the precise internal commands, that separate the financially magnetic from the financially repellent. The fascinating thing is that once you understand this principle, you'll start noticing it everywhere. You'll hear the wealth-repelling phrases coming from friends and family, you'll catch yourself in old patterns, and you'll begin to recognize why certain people seem to have a golden touch with money while others struggle, despite working twice as hard. What I'm about to share isn't taught in business schools or investment seminars. It's a fundamental truth about prosperity that goes far beyond tactics and strategies. If you're ready to continue this journey of financial transformation with me, hit that subscribe button now. I share these powerful prosperity principles every day, and I don't want you to miss a single insight that could open the next door to abundance in your life. It's a humbling revelation, isn't it? To discover that the master key to your financial kingdom has been jingling in your pocket all along. Most people spend their entire lives on an external treasure hunt, convinced that wealth must be discovered somewhere out there, in a new investment strategy, a hot stock tip, or the next crypto breakthrough. But the true journey to abundance is always an inside job. Let me share something that transformed my understanding of wealth. When I finally grasped this hidden truth, it was like someone had switched on the lights in a room I'd been fumbling around in for years. The wealth you seek isn't hiding from you. It's waiting for you to recognize the power you already possess to call it forth. This revelation isn't some abstract concept. It's as practical as it gets. Your mind is the control center for your financial reality, broadcasting signals of either abundance or scarcity every moment of every day. These signals aren't random. They're created by the specific words you use in your internal dialogue about money. Think about it. When you see someone driving an expensive car, what's your first thought? Must be nice, or they must be in debt up to their eyeballs? When you check your bank account, is your inner dialogue filled with gratitude or anxiety? These seemingly innocent thought patterns are actually powerful financial decisions that impact your ability to receive wealth. I'm not here to overwhelm you with complicated mindset exercises or hour-long meditations. Who has time for that? The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. We're dealing with lightning bolts of financial truth, concentrated bursts of wisdom that can rewire your relationship with money in minutes, not months. The transformation begins with a simple awareness. Most people never pause to notice the constant background chatter about money playing in their minds. It's like trying to tune into a clear radio station while ignoring the static interference that's drowning out the signal. That static, your negative financial self-talk, is preventing wealth from recognizing your frequency. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by revealing the exact mental shift that occurs when you begin to speak the language of abundance rather than scarcity. It's not just about saying, "I am wealthy," while your bank account tells a different story. It's about understanding the precise internal mechanism that translates your thoughts into material reality. The journey, from financial struggle to financial freedom, begins with recognizing a fundamental truth. The words you speak to yourself about money have more power than any investment strategy you'll ever learn. They are the foundation upon which your entire financial house is built. If you're nodding along right now, feeling that spark of recognition deep within, write in the comments, "The key is within me." This simple acknowledgement is often the first step in reclaiming your financial power. Let me share a profound insight that changed everything for me. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while others struggle despite knowing all the right financial terms and strategies? This isn't random chance. It's a direct reflection of something I call your prosperity frequency. You see, your core financial challenge isn't about mastering investment vocabulary or business jargon. Those are merely surface-level tools. The real transformation happens at a much deeper level, in the frequency you're broadcasting to the universe about your relationship with wealth. Think of the world as an immense cosmic radio station. Every single one of us is constantly transmitting a signal about money, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This isn't some mystical concept, it's a practical reality that shapes your financial landscape with remarkable precision. The fascinating revelation is that this broadcast isn't happening through your spoken words or carefully crafted vision boards. It's happening through the private conversation you're having with yourself about money every moment of every day. When you look at your bills, what's your immediate internal reaction? When you see someone enjoying financial abundance, what's the first thought that flashes through your mind? These seemingly insignificant mental responses are actually powerful transmissions that the universe receives with perfect clarity. And here's the hidden truth. The universe doesn't judge your broadcast. It simply matches its frequency with unwavering consistency. This explains why two people can apply identical financial strategies with dramatically different results. One person might approach an investment opportunity broadcasting, "I always find the best opportunities," while another unconsciously transmits, "These things never work out for me." Same action, completely different frequencies, inevitably leading to different outcomes. The journey to wealth begins with becoming aware of your current broadcast. Most people are shocked when they actually pause to listen to their own financial frequency. They discover a constant stream of scarcity-based thoughts they never consciously chose. "I can't afford that." "Money is hard to come by." "Wealth is for other people, not me." This is just the beginning of our exploration into the words that create wealth. Subscribe to the channel right now to ensure you receive every new video the moment it's released. Each one builds upon the last, creating a complete blueprint for financial freedom. Your mindset creates your financial reality with such precision that it can feel almost unsettling when you first recognize it. Every thought about money is like a seed planted in fertile soil. It cannot help but grow into exactly what you've planted. The universe doesn't distinguish between what you want and what you focus on. It simply responds to your dominant frequency. Now, let me show you how to deliberately shift this frequency in a way that aligns perfectly with the prosperity you desire. It begins with understanding that your current financial situation is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It's simply a manifestation of the broadcast you've been unconsciously transmitting until now. If you're beginning to see how your own financial frequency might be creating your current reality, type in the comments, "I'm changing my broadcast." This acknowledgement is the first step in a remarkable journey of financial transformation. The beautiful revelation in this journey of financial transformation is understanding that your external circumstances are simply echoing your internal conversation. Your current bank balance, income sources, and financial opportunities aren't random accidents or cruel twists of fate. They're precise reflections of the story you've been telling yourself about money. Consider this profound truth. If your inner broadcast consistently hums with phrases like, "I never have enough," or "money is so hard to come by," the universe doesn't argue. It doesn't try to convince you otherwise. Instead, it responds with perfect alignment, bringing you more experiences that validate that exact story. It's not punishing you. It's agreeing with you. This insight isn't meant to place blame, but to reveal your incredible power. The moment you recognize this mirror-like relationship between your thoughts and your reality, you step into the director's chair of your financial future. You move from being a passive victim of economic circumstances to the active creator of your prosperity. You see, most people unknowingly sabotage their financial abundance through their unconscious narratives. They might consciously desire wealth while subconsciously repeating limiting beliefs they absorbed from parents, society, or past experiences. This creates a hidden conflict, like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. No wonder financial progress feels exhausting. The breakthrough comes when you realize you're not just living your financial story. You're writing it, line by line, thought by thought. You are the scriptwriter, casting director, and lead actor in your financial drama. And if you've been writing tragedies of lack and limitation, perhaps it's time for a bold plot twist. Imagine for a moment what might shift if you consciously rewrote the script. What if instead of, "I can never afford what I truly want," your inner dialogue became, "Money flows to me easily and abundantly for everything that supports my highest good"? This isn't about denying your current reality, but about choosing which reality you want to expand and nurture through your attention. Behind the scenes of every financial success story is this fundamental understanding: your words create worlds. The wealthiest, most abundantly blessed individuals aren't necessarily the most educated or privileged. They're the ones who vigilantly guard the gateway to their financial mindset, refusing to entertain thoughts of lack even when external evidence suggests otherwise. The journey to financial mastery begins with this courageous decision to examine the stories you've been telling yourself. It requires the vulnerability to admit that perhaps the greatest obstacle to your prosperity has been your own narrative, and it demands the wisdom to recognize that changing your financial reality begins with changing the words you speak to yourself about money. Let me show you how to identify the specific phrases that are currently shaping your financial blueprint, and more importantly, how to replace them with powerful declarations that align with the prosperity you desire. If you're ready to rewrite your financial story from a place of abundance rather than lack, type in the comments, "I am the author of my wealth." This declaration itself begins to shift your prosperity frequency in remarkable ways. Here's where most people make a critical mistake on their wealth journey. They obsess over what to say to potential investors, how to phrase that salary negotiation, or the perfect words to close a business deal. While these external communications certainly matter, they're actually secondary to a much more powerful conversation, the one you're having with yourself before you ever walk into those situations. The exact words that unlock every door to money and abundance are not the ones you rehearse for others. They're the precise phrases you whisper to yourself in moments of private reflection. This revelation completely transforms your approach to financial opportunities. Instead of frantically preparing what to say to the banker, the client, or the hiring manager, the true preparation happens in adjusting your internal dialogue. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a financial situation already convinced it wouldn't work out? Perhaps a small voice inside was murmuring, "They'll never approve this loan," or "They'll think my rates are too high." That internal broadcast created a vibration that others could sense before you even opened your mouth. The words you spoke aloud, no matter how carefully crafted, were merely echoes of a much more powerful message already being transmitted by your energy. What's fascinating about this hidden truth is that it follows predictable, natural laws. This isn't some mystical coincidence. It's as reliable as gravity. The ancient Hermetic principle, as within, so without, describes this phenomenon perfectly. Your external financial world will always organize itself to match your internal financial blueprint with remarkable precision. Just as a gardener wouldn't plant tomato seeds and expect to harvest apples, you cannot plant thoughts of scarcity and limitation while expecting to harvest abundance. The universe doesn't make exceptions to this divine correspondence. It doesn't say, "Well, she's thinking lack, but I'll give her wealth anyway." It simply responds to the vibration you're offering with unwavering consistency. The good news in this revelation is that these natural laws work just as powerfully in your favor once you align your internal dialogue with prosperity rather than lack. When you begin speaking to yourself in the language of abundance, possibility, and worthiness, those same laws ensure that your external reality must begin to shift accordingly. It's not a question of if, only when and how. This understanding liberates you from the frantic search for external solutions. The transformation you seek doesn't require another degree, another certification, or even another business strategy. It requires a fundamental shift in your relationship with yourself, specifically in the words you use when speaking to yourself about money. The real question becomes, what are you telling yourself about wealth when no one else is listening? What's your automatic internal response when you see someone enjoying financial freedom? What phrases run through your mind when you check your bank balance or when unexpected expenses arise? These private moments of self-talk are actually powerful incantations that are shaping your financial destiny with each repetition. Let me guide you through a profound but simple process to identify and transform these internal messages, replacing limitation with abundance, fear with faith, and scarcity with unlimited possibility. If you recognize how these natural laws of abundance have been operating in your life all along, write in the comments, "Universal laws work through me." This acknowledgement itself begins aligning you with the very principles that govern prosperity. The first step in this financial transformation is becoming acutely aware of what's already happening in your mind. Most people spend their entire lives never realizing the powerful money narratives running on autopilot in their subconscious. These hidden scripts shape your financial destiny with remarkable precision, yet remain invisible until you deliberately shine a light on them. I invite you to try something revolutionary, yet surprisingly simple. For just one day, a mere 24 hours, position yourself as the watchman at the gate of your financial thoughts. Don't try to change anything yet. Don't judge what you discover. Simply observe with curiosity and awareness the constant stream of messages about money flowing through your mind. This practice of mindful observation creates a fascinating revelation. You'll begin to notice thoughts you never consciously chose appearing with startling frequency. I can never seem to get ahead. There's always too much month at the end of the money. Financial security just isn't in the cards for someone like me. Behind the scenes of your conscious awareness, these hidden narratives have been broadcasting a powerful signal that shapes your financial experience. It's like discovering you've had a radio station playing in the background of your life that you never consciously tuned into, yet it's been influencing every financial decision and opportunity that comes your way. The awakening that follows this observation is nothing short of transformative. Most people are genuinely shocked by what they discover. They find themselves unconsciously repeating limiting beliefs inherited from parents, absorbed from society, or formed during past financial struggles. I can't afford that. Money just flies out of my wallet. Rich people are greedy. Making money requires struggle, and sacrifice. These seemingly innocent phrases aren't just thoughts, they're powerful creative forces shaping your financial reality with each repetition. Every time you think or say, "I can't afford that," you're not just stating a current circumstance. You're issuing a command to your subconscious mind to ensure that reality continues. Your mind doesn't argue with your declarations. It simply accepts them as instructions and then works tirelessly to prove you right. This revelation isn't meant to be disheartening, but liberating. The very awareness of these narratives begins to diminish their power. It's like turning on the light in a dark room. The darkness doesn't need to be fought or removed. It simply cannot exist in the presence of light. Similarly, your limiting beliefs begin to lose their grip the moment you shine the light of awareness on them. What makes this journey so empowering is realizing that if your thoughts have created your current financial reality, then changing those thoughts will inevitably change that reality. You're not stuck with the financial story you've been living. You're simply experiencing the natural results of your predominant thoughts about money. Let me show you exactly how to identify your most powerful limiting beliefs and then transform them into declarations that align with the prosperity you desire. If you're starting to recognize the financial narratives that have been playing in your mind, write in the comments, "I see my patterns now." This recognition is the crucial first step in rewriting your financial story. Once you've developed this powerful awareness of your financial self-talk, the next crucial step is learning how to interrupt these patterns the moment they appear. This isn't about forcing yourself to think positively or shaming yourself when negative thoughts arise. It's about developing a gentle but unwavering commitment to redirect your financial frequency the instant you notice it tuning into lack. Think of your mind as a sophisticated radio receiver. When you catch yourself broadcasting on the frequency of limitation, "I'll never get out of debt," or "I always struggle with money," you must change the station immediately. Not with frustration or self-judgment, but with a calm, centered recognition that this particular station doesn't serve your highest financial good. This immediate redirection is where your true power lies. Most people let negative financial thoughts play on repeat for hours, days, even years without interruption. They unknowingly allow these limiting broadcasts to shape their financial destiny while wondering why nothing ever changes. Your breakthrough begins the moment you assert your authority over this internal dialogue. The transformation doesn't come from fighting against what you don't want, but from consciously choosing what you do want. This is where the art of declaration comes into play, speaking powerful financial truths that override the old, limiting stories. These aren't empty affirmations or wishful thinking. They're authoritative statements that align with the deepest truths about abundance in the universe. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't afford that," immediately replace it with, "I am a perfect channel for wealth and abundance. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly from multiple sources." When fear about bills arises, declare, "There is always more than enough money for everything I need and desire. My supply is endless and comes from expected and unexpected sources." The pivotal insight is that these declarations aren't describing your current circumstances. They're invoking a higher reality that exists beyond your temporary financial situation. They're aligning you with the truth of abundance that exists in potential, waiting to be called forth through your conscious choice. What makes this practice so revolutionary is that it bypasses the logical mind that wants to argue based on evidence from your bank account. Instead, it speaks directly to your subconscious, the part of you that actually creates your reality. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined with emotion. It simply accepts whatever you repeatedly declare with conviction and then works tirelessly to bring that reality into manifestation. This practice requires a profound mindset shift. You're no longer making statements based on what is. You're making declarations based on what will be. You're stepping out of the limited perspective of current circumstances and into the unlimited perspective of possibility. Let me reveal the exact declarations that have transformed my financial reality and those of thousands I've worked with. Precise phrases that, when repeated with genuine conviction, begin shifting your prosperity frequency immediately. If you're ready to replace limitation with declarations of abundance, write in the comments, "I declare prosperity now." This commitment itself begins to shift the energy around your financial life. The true magic in this financial transformation happens when you shift from describing your reality to prescribing it. This subtle distinction changes everything. Most people look at their current bank balance and then speak about money from that limited perspective. This is what I have. This is what I can afford. This is what's possible for me. But the masters of abundance operate from a completely different paradigm. When you state divine financial truths, you're not reporting on current conditions. You're issuing commands to the universe about what will be. It's like the difference between a weather reporter describing today's rain and a powerful creator decreeing tomorrow's sunshine. Both are speaking about weather, but from vastly different positions of authority. Instead of saying, "I'm struggling financially," declare, "There is a perfect, ingenious solution to my financial situation, and it is now revealed to me in remarkable ways." Rather than lamenting, "I never have enough," affirm, "My supply is constant, abundant, and flowing from both expected and unexpected sources." This isn't denial of current challenges, it's transcendence of them. What happens in this profound shift is nothing short of miraculous. You step outside the constraints of three-dimensional thinking into the realm of infinite possibility. You're acknowledging a truth that exists beyond temporary circumstances, the truth that abundance is your natural state, and any experience of lack is simply a temporary distortion of this deeper reality. This revelation leads to the most powerful catalyst for financial transformation: embodiment. It's not enough to speak these new declarations. You must become them. This is where the ancient wisdom of acting as if comes into play. You must begin moving through the world as if you are already the wealthy, abundant person you intend to become. This embodiment isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about aligning your entire being, your posture, your energy, your decisions, your expectations, with the truth of prosperity that you're calling forth. It's claiming your future self now. How does someone who is financially abundant check their bank account? Not with anxiety and dread, but with calm expectation. How does a wealthy person walk into a room? Not with apology, but with quiet confidence. How does someone surrounded by prosperity make decisions? Not from fear of lack, but from centered alignment with their true desires. The journey of embodiment invites you to examine every aspect of your relationship with money. When you receive a bill, do you cringe or do you express gratitude for the service you've received? When you make a purchase, do you feel guilt or appreciation for the exchange of energy? These seemingly small shifts in your physical and emotional responses to money create a complete revolution in your financial frequency. Behind the scenes of every financial miracle is this fundamental truth: you must be it before you see it. The universe responds not to what you want or what you say you believe, but to who you are being at the deepest level. This is why affirmations alone often fail to produce results. They're just words until they're embodied in your very presence. Let me guide you through a profound but simple process for stepping into the energy of the wealthy person you already are at soul level before the physical evidence has caught up with this spiritual truth. If you're ready to start embodying your wealthy identity rather than just wishing for more money, write in the comments, "I am wealth in motion." This declaration of embodiment begins the alchemical process of transformation. There's a fascinating mind-body connection that most financial experts never talk about. Your physical presence, the way you carry yourself through the world, is actually a powerful broadcast of your prosperity, consciousness. Think about it. Your body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you're vividly imagining with emotion. It responds to the signals from your mind with remarkable precision. When you consciously adjust your physical posture, standing tall, shoulders back, chin slightly raised, with a genuine smile, You're not just changing how others perceive you. You're literally rewiring your nervous system to align with abundance rather than scarcity. Your posture becomes a physical affirmation of prosperity that your subconscious mind cannot ignore. This embodiment practice creates a powerful bridge between your current financial reality and the abundant future you're calling forth. Your body often believes new truths before your logical mind fully accepts them. When you move through the world as if you are already wealthy, your body sends signals to your brain saying, "This is who we are now." This creates a neurological shift that begins to dissolve the old patterns of financial anxiety and limitation. Try this revelation experiment. Right now, wherever you are, shift your posture. Sit or stand the way you imagine a financially secure, abundantly blessed person would. Feel the subtle yet profound shift in your energy. Notice how this simple physical adjustment immediately changes your emotional state and the thoughts available to you. This isn't coincidence. It's the power of embodiment in action. Now let me share something that might completely transform your approach to financial conversations. Most people obsess over finding the perfect words to say during negotiations, sales pitches, or investment discussions. They rehearse scripts and memorize persuasive phrases, believing these external communications are what determine their financial success. But here's the hidden truth that changes everything. The specific words you speak to others about money matter far less than the inner dialogue happening within you before and during those conversations. When your inner conviction about your value and worthiness is unshakable, the right words will flow naturally at the perfect moment. Think about the most magnetic, financially successful people you know. Do they seem to be following memorized scripts? Or do they speak with an authentic confidence that comes from something much deeper? An inner knowing of their value that requires no external validation. This is why two people can say exactly the same words in a negotiation with dramatically different results. One speaks from a place of inner lack, secretly believing they don't deserve the opportunity. The other speaks from a foundation of inner abundance, knowing their value is non-negotiable. Same words, completely different energy, inevitably different outcomes. The transformation begins when you focus less on what to say to others and more on what you're saying to yourself. When your inner financial broadcast is clear, confident, and aligned with abundance, you'll find yourself spontaneously saying exactly the right thing at exactly the right moment. You won't need to rehearse or overthink. You'll simply be the natural expression of your prosperous inner state. Let me reveal the exact inner declarations that create this unshakable financial confidence, the precise phrases that, when fully embraced internally, make your external communications effortlessly powerful and magnetic. If you've noticed how your physical presence and inner dialogue create your financial reality, write in the comments, "My energy precedes my words." This recognition itself begins to shift how you show up in every financial interaction. There's a profound spiritual principle at work in this financial transformation that transcends simple positive thinking. The universe, that intelligent, responsive field of infinite possibility, is constantly listening to the broadcast of your expectations, not just your conscious wishes or occasional affirmations, but your deep, consistent expectation of what's possible for you financially. This isn't some mystical coincidence. It's a precise, predictable operation of universal law. Just as gravity doesn't sometimes work and sometimes take a day off, the law of attraction functions with unwavering consistency. The universe doesn't judge your financial broadcast as good or bad, worthy or unworthy. It simply receives your predominant expectation and then orchestrates circumstances, opportunities, and resources to match that exact frequency. The revelation that changes everything is recognizing that this communication happens at the level of spirit, that deepest part of you that knows your true unlimited nature. When you speak to the universe from this authentic place, declaring, "I am naturally abundant," or "money flows to me through expected and unexpected channels," you're not engaging in wishful thinking. You're actually activating the same creative force that keeps planets in orbit and turns seeds into forests. What makes this spiritual principle so powerful is that it operates regardless of whether you believe in it or not. Just as you don't need to understand electricity to benefit from turning on a light switch, you don't need to fully comprehend this universal law to experience its effects. You simply need to align your thoughts, feelings, and expectations with what you desire rather than what you fear. Now, let me share a practical insight that has helped thousands transform their financial reality without feeling overwhelmed. Most people make the mistake of trying to manifest huge financial windfalls immediately, then feel discouraged when their $1,000,000 check doesn't arrive overnight. The journey to sustainable abundance begins with mastering small financial doors before attempting to open the larger ones. Start by bringing this new consciousness to simple, everyday financial matters. When paying a bill, shift from resentment to genuine gratitude. I am thankful for the electricity that powers my home, and I bless this payment as it flows out, knowing that even greater amounts are flowing back to me. When organizing financial paperwork, do it with intention. I am creating order in my financial world, and this organization is making space for new abundance to enter. These seemingly small shifts create profound ripple effects in your prosperity consciousness. Each positive financial interaction becomes a demonstration to your subconscious mind that you're embracing a new relationship with money. These small wins build momentum that naturally leads to larger manifestations. The transformation journey unfolds through these consistent, intentional moments rather than through dramatic overnight changes. It's like learning any new skill. You master the fundamentals before attempting the advanced techniques. Each small financial door you open with your new consciousness builds your confidence and strengthens your prosperity muscle. Let me guide you through the exact process of identifying these small financial doors in your daily life. Opportunities you might be overlooking that can become powerful catalysts for your abundance breakthrough. If you're recognizing these everyday financial moments as opportunities to practice your new prosperity consciousness, write in the comments, "Small doors lead to big transformations." This acknowledgement itself begins shifting how you approach your daily financial interactions. Let me share a powerful practice that has transformed countless financial interactions for myself and thousands I've worked with. Just before you enter any money conversation, whether it's negotiating a raise, discussing an investment, or even opening a bill, take 5 intentional seconds to shift your internal broadcast. This brief moment of centered awareness can completely alter the outcome of the interaction. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and consciously declare, "This financial discussion unfolds perfectly and brings increased abundance to all involved." Feel the truth of this statement in your body. Imagine the conversation already completed with beautiful results that benefit everyone. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a deliberate reset of your energetic field before the interaction begins. What happens in these 5 sacred seconds is nothing short of miraculous. You're essentially clearing the static from your financial frequency, allowing a clear signal of abundance to broadcast through you. Any unconscious fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs are temporarily suspended as you align with a higher truth about what's possible. I witnessed this transformation firsthand with a client who was terrified of asking for a well-deserved promotion. For months, she had rehearsed her pitch, gathered evidence of her contributions, and still felt paralyzed by fear. The breakthrough came when she stopped focusing on the external conversation and instead devoted her attention to her internal broadcast. Before walking into her manager's office, she took those 5 seconds to declare, "This conversation flows with ease and grace. The perfect outcome is already secured." The meeting unfolded with remarkable synchronicity, resulting in not only the promotion, but also a higher salary than she had dared to request. The revelation here is that your internal state creates a tangible field of energy that others can sense, even if they can't name it. When you broadcast confidence, worthiness, and an expectation of positive outcomes, People respond to that frequency in ways that often defy logical explanation. Now let me share the critical next step that many miss. This shift in broadcast must be followed by inspired action. The universe responds to your energy, but it works through tangible channels. You must actually send the email, make the call, have the conversation, but do it from an entirely different consciousness than before. Take these actions not from anxiety, desperation, or fear, but from a centered knowing that your financial good is already secured. This isn't about pretending or forcing false confidence. It's about operating from a deeper truth, that abundance is your natural state, and any action taken from this alignment carries a completely different energy than the same action taken from lack. Think about the difference between these two scenarios. In one, you nervously call about an investment opportunity, secretly afraid of rejection and already planning how to handle disappointment. In the other, you make the exact same call, but from a place of calm certainty, knowing that either this opportunity or something even better is already yours. Same action, completely different energy, inevitably different results. This centered knowing creates a pathway for intuitive guidance to flow through you during the interaction. You'll find yourself spontaneously saying exactly the right thing at precisely the right moment, not from calculation, but from inspiration. If you're beginning to recognize how your internal broadcast shapes your financial interactions, write in the comments, "I broadcast abundance before I speak." This declaration itself begins to align your energy with prosperity before your next financial conversation. What we're exploring together goes far beyond a clever financial hack or a temporary mindset shift. This is an invitation to a completely new way of living financially, a fundamental transformation in how you relate to abundance on every level. Many people approach wealth consciousness like a technique they can use when needed and then return to their default patterns. They affirm abundance before a job interview, but then immediately revert to scarcity thinking when facing a bill or unexpected expense. The true breakthrough comes when you recognize that this is a comprehensive lifestyle shift, a new way of being in relationship with money every moment of every day. It's practicing what I call divine assertion, the art of consistently aligning your thoughts, words, and energy with the truth of abundance rather than the appearance of lack. This isn't something you do occasionally, it's who you become permanently. Think about how a master gardener approaches their garden. They don't plant seeds one day and then spend the next 6 days worrying whether anything will grow. They understand the natural laws that govern growth and trust the process completely. They plant, water, provide sunlight, and then allow nature to work its magic. There's no anxiety, no desperate checking every hour to see if something has sprouted. There's simply a profound trust in the journey from seed to harvest. This is the exact mindset shift required for financial mastery. Your financial words, both spoken and unspoken, are literally seeds being planted in the fertile soil of universal consciousness. Every thought about money, every declaration of abundance or lack, every feeling of gratitude or anxiety about your finances, these are all seeds being planted in your prosperity garden. The revelation that changes everything is understanding that the universe doesn't distinguish between important and casual thoughts about money. It receives all of your financial broadcasting equally and responds with perfect precision. That offhand comment about never having enough carries the same creative power as your most deliberate affirmation. Both are seeds being planted, and both will grow according to their kind. This understanding invites you to become infinitely more conscious about the seeds you're planting throughout your day. Instead of casually remarking, "I can't afford that," you might say, "I'm choosing to direct my resources elsewhere right now." Instead of thinking, "I always struggle with money," you declare, "I am in the process of upgrading my financial experience, and new abundance is flowing to me now." Behind the scenes of every financial transformation is this consistent planting of new seeds while refusing to water the old ones. The old patterns of lack and limitation will try to reassert themselves. That's natural. But with each conscious redirect, Each new seed of prosperity planted, you're creating a new financial harvest that must inevitably manifest in your experience. Let me guide you through the exact declarations that serve as the most powerful seeds, precisely worded statements that, when planted consistently in your consciousness, create a lush garden of prosperity in your external reality. If you're recognizing the power of the financial seeds you're planting each day, write in the comments, "I'm tending my prosperity garden." This acknowledgement itself plants a powerful seed of conscious co-creation with the universe. There's something profoundly transformative that happens when you begin experiencing financial breakthroughs using these principles. It goes beyond your personal abundance. It creates a powerful ripple effect that extends to everyone around you. When those first doors to money begin opening for you, perhaps an unexpected check arrives, a forgotten refund appears, or a brilliant income opportunity manifests, sharing these experiences becomes an essential part of the prosperity journey. Your willingness to share these financial victories serves two remarkable purposes. First, it strengthens your own prosperity consciousness. When you acknowledge and celebrate these manifestations, you're telling the universe, "Yes, I notice what you're bringing me, and I'm grateful for more." This recognition amplifies your abundance frequency and attracts even greater financial blessings. But something even more beautiful happens when you share these experiences authentically. Your financial success becomes a living demonstration, tangible proof that these principles actually work in real life, not just in theory. For someone still struggling in financial darkness, your story becomes the beacon that illuminates their own path to possibility. I've witnessed remarkable transformations in people who were deeply skeptical about these principles until they heard a success story from someone they knew and trusted. There's something about seeing prosperity principles working in someone else's life, especially someone with circumstances similar to your own, that bypasses the logical mind and speaks directly to the heart, saying, "If it's possible for them, perhaps it's possible for me too." Behind every financial renaissance is this crucial understanding. Your prosperity isn't meant to be hoarded or hidden. When abundance flows to you, it's meant to flow through you, not just in material giving, but in the sharing of your journey, insights, and breakthroughs. This creates a beautiful cycle of inspiration and manifestation that lifts everyone involved. Now let me reveal what truly distinguishes those who create lasting financial transformation from those who experience only temporary improvements. The hidden catalyst for sustainable abundance is consistency, the daily, moment-by-moment attention to your inner financial dialogue. This isn't an occasional practice, but a fundamental shift in how you relate to money every single day. Financial manifestation operates according to the same principles as physical fitness. You wouldn't expect to transform your body by exercising once a month, and you cannot transform your financial reality with occasional positive thinking. The more consistently you practice prosperity consciousness, catching and redirecting limiting thoughts, speaking words of abundance, feeling genuine gratitude for what you have, the more rapidly and dramatically your external circumstances will shift. This consistency creates what I call a prosperity momentum, a powerful forward movement that begins to carry you effortlessly toward greater abundance. The initial stages require conscious effort, just like pushing a heavy object requires more force at the beginning. But once that momentum builds, maintaining your prosperity consciousness becomes increasingly natural and effortless. Let me guide you through creating a simple but powerful daily practice that ensures this consistency. Practical rituals that take just minutes but create dramatic shifts in your financial reality. If you've noticed that consistency is the missing piece in your prosperity journey, write in the comments. Daily practice creates financial magic. This acknowledgement itself is a commitment to the consistent attention that manifests abundance. One of the most profound revelations in the journey to financial abundance is understanding that money is not just currency, it's energy that responds directly to your emotional relationship with it. This isn't abstract philosophy, It's a practical truth that explains why some people remain stuck in scarcity despite their best efforts. Money, like any energy, is attracted, not by desperate grasping, but by genuine appreciation and respect. Think about your current emotional response to money. When you look at your bank account, do you feel anxiety, disappointment, or frustration? When you spend money, is there an undercurrent of fear or guilt? These emotions create a specific vibration that money can actually sense. Yes, I know how that sounds, but stay with me here. This understanding changes everything. Money is like a living entity that's drawn to environments where it feels appreciated and valued. It literally flows away from emotional states of desperation, worry, and resentment. This is why focusing obsessively on what you lack often pushes abundance further away rather than drawing it closer. The universe responds not to your need, but to your vibration. The transformation begins with developing a conscious, loving relationship with the money you already have, regardless of how much or little that may be. Start treating every dollar that passes through your hands with respect and appreciation. When you pay a bill, instead of resentment, feel gratitude for the service that money has purchased for you. When you receive money, acknowledge it with genuine thanks rather than immediately thinking, it's not enough. Behind the scenes of every financial breakthrough is this fundamental shift from seeing money as a scarce resource to recognizing it as a responsive energy that multiplies in the presence of appreciation. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a practical, energetic shift that changes how money responds to you. Now let me share what I consider the single most powerful catalyst for financial transformation: genuine gratitude. Gratitude is quite literally the highest financial frequency you can broadcast. When you express sincere thanks for the money that's already in your life, whether it's $1 or $1 million, you create an irresistible magnetic force that draws more abundance toward you. This practice transcends simple affirmations because it engages your heart, not just your mind. True gratitude involves feeling, not just thinking. It's the difference between mechanically repeating, "I am grateful for money," and actually experiencing a warm wave of appreciation for the coffee your money just bought you, the roof it keeps over your head, or the gift you were able to give someone you love. Try this revelation exercise. Take out your wallet right now and hold the money you have, whether it's cash or cards representing your accounts. Close your eyes and feel genuine gratitude for what this money has already brought into your life. Express thanks for its presence and the freedom it provides. This isn't about pretending you have more than you do. It's about changing your relationship with what you already have. Let me guide you through a transformative practice that elevates gratitude from an occasional thought to a consistent financial frequency that literally recodes your prosperity. DNA. If you're beginning to sense how your emotional relationship with money might be shifting your financial reality, write in the comments, "I appreciate every dollar." This declaration itself begins to elevate your financial frequency in powerful ways. One of the most overlooked barriers to financial abundance is the emotional weight we carry from past money mistakes. These financial regrets, whether it's a bad investment, debt that spiraled out of control, or opportunities missed, create an energetic anchor that keeps you tethered to old patterns of lack. This isn't just psychological, it's an actual energetic reality that affects your ability to attract new prosperity. The hidden truth behind financial transformation is that resentment, whether directed at yourself or others, creates a powerful electromagnetic field that repels new abundance. It's like trying to fill a cup that's already full of negative emotions. There's simply no room for the fresh energy of prosperity to enter while you're clutching these old financial wounds. This release isn't about denying your past experiences or pretending mistakes didn't happen. It's about consciously choosing to cut the energetic cords that bind you to those old stories. When you forgive yourself for financial decisions made from a place of lesser awareness, you're not condoning poor choices. You're freeing yourself from their continued influence on your present and future. I witnessed this powerful shift with a client who carried immense shame about bankruptcy from years earlier. Despite building a new career and stable income, abundance seemed to hit an invisible ceiling. The breakthrough came when she performed a simple forgiveness ritual, writing a compassionate letter to her younger self, acknowledging the pain but releasing the judgment. Within weeks, unexpected opportunities began flowing that had previously been blocked by this energetic barrier of self-recrimination. The journey to financial freedom requires this courageous act of emotional liberation. Every time you replay old financial regrets, you're essentially telling the universe, please give me more experiences that make me feel this same emotion. Forgiveness interrupts this cycle and creates space for new, empowering financial experiences. Now, let me reveal another powerful catalyst for financial transformation: becoming acutely conscious of the limiting phrases that have become habitual in your vocabulary. The words you speak about money, both to yourself and others, are not just descriptions of your reality, they are prescriptions for your future. When you catch yourself saying, "I can't afford it," you're issuing a command to your subconscious mind and the universe to ensure that remains your truth. These seemingly innocent phrases are actually powerful declarations that shape your financial experience with remarkable precision. Begin consciously eliminating expressions like, "That's too expensive," "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "I'll never get out of debt" from your vocabulary. Replace them with empowering alternatives. "I'm choosing how to allocate my resources right now." "Money flows to me through multiple channels," or "I'm in the process of creating complete financial freedom." This isn't about denying your current circumstances or being dishonest with yourself. It's about choosing language that acknowledges your power rather than your limitations. It's shifting from passive victimhood to active creation in your relationship with money. If you're beginning to notice how past financial resentments or limiting phrases might be affecting your prosperity, write in the comments, "I'm releasing what no longer serves me." This declaration itself begins the powerful process of energetic liberation. One of the most transformative insights on the prosperity journey is recognizing money for what it truly is, not a static resource to be hoarded, but a dynamic energy meant to flow. This revelation completely shifts how you relate to wealth. Most people approach financial abundance with an accumulation mindset, gathering and clutching as much as possible out of fear there won't be enough. But this approach actually restricts the very flow it seeks to capture. Think about the natural world for a moment. Rivers that flow freely bring life and vitality to everything they touch. But water that becomes stagnant, trapped, and unmoving becomes toxic over time. Money operates according to the same universal principle. It's designed to circulate, to flow both to you and through you in a beautiful, continuous stream of exchange. This doesn't mean reckless spending or giving everything away. It means developing a conscious relationship with money that honors its nature as energy in motion. When you receive money, appreciate it fully, and then allow it to flow outward again with equal joy and intention. Pay your bills with gratitude rather than resentment. Make purchases that align with your values. Share generously when your heart guides you to do so. The hidden wisdom in this approach is that circulation creates invitation. Each time you joyfully allow money to flow out, whether through necessary expenses or conscious giving, you're essentially telling the universe, "I trust there's always more where that came from." This trust creates an energetic vacuum that must be filled with new abundance according to universal law. I witnessed this principle transform a client who had spent years frantically saving every penny from a place of deep scarcity. Despite amassing substantial savings, she lived in constant anxiety about money. The breakthrough came when she began consciously circulating small amounts, paying for a stranger's coffee, upgrading a purchase from the cheapest option to one she truly desired, donating to causes she cared about. Within months, unexpected income began flowing to her from multiple sources, far exceeding the amounts she had circulated. Behind the scenes of every financial renaissance is this fundamental shift from accumulation consciousness to circulation consciousness. When you become a joyful conduit through which money flows both in and out, you align with the natural laws of abundance that govern the universe. Now let me share another powerful catalyst for financial transformation, one that takes just moments each morning, yet creates ripples throughout your entire day. Begin each morning by declaring a specific financial intention before your feet even touch the floor. This isn't a vague wish, but a clear, present-tense statement that directs your energy and attention toward prosperity. A simple yet powerful morning declaration might be, "Today, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am open to receive." Feel the truth of these words in your body. Imagine this intention creating an energetic field around you that attracts financial opportunities throughout your day. What makes this practice so effective is that it sets your prosperity frequency before the world has a chance to influence it. Most people wake up and immediately check email, news, or social media, exposing their consciousness to whatever financial vibration those sources are broadcasting. By declaring your intention first, you establish your dominant frequency for the day. This morning ritual becomes especially powerful when combined with emotional engagement. Don't just repeat words mechanically. Feel the excitement, gratitude, and certainty of knowing that abundance is flowing to you right now. This emotional component is what transforms a mental concept into a magnetic force. If you're feeling drawn to implement this morning declaration practice, write in the comments, "First thoughts set my financial tone." This acknowledgement itself begins establishing prosperity as your dominant morning frequency. The power of visualization goes far beyond wishful thinking or daydreaming about wealth. When you engage in deliberate, focused visualization of money flowing to you, you're actually creating neural pathways in your brain that begin to recognize and attract financial opportunities you might otherwise miss. This isn't mystical. It's neuroscience combined with energetic alignment that creates remarkable results. Set aside just 5 minutes daily for this transformative practice. Close your eyes and see money flowing to you through multiple channels, some expected, others surprising. Visualize yourself receiving notification of deposits, opening envelopes containing checks, discovering unexpected refunds, or being given monetary gifts. Feel the emotions associated with these experiences, the gratitude, joy, and sense of security. Make this visualization so vivid that your body actually believes it's happening in real time. What happens during these 5 sacred minutes is nothing short of miraculous. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information based on what you've programmed it to notice, begins actively scanning your environment for financial opportunities that align with your visualization. Simultaneously, you're broadcasting a clear frequency of receptivity that the universe naturally responds to with corresponding experiences. I worked with a client who faithfully practiced this visualization for just 21 days. In her vision, she specifically saw herself receiving unexpected checks in the mail. On day 17, she received notice of an insurance reimbursement she'd forgotten about. 3 days later, a previous employer sent a check for unused vacation pay from years earlier. The specificity of how her visualization manifested left no doubt about the power of this practice. Behind the scenes of financial transformation is this fundamental shift from seeing money as an abstract concept to recognizing it as a responsive energy you can consciously direct through focused imagination. Your visualization literally creates an energetic template that physical reality then moves to fill. Now let me share a practice that might initially feel unusual but creates profound shifts in your prosperity consciousness. Begin speaking to money as you would to a valued friend or partner. This isn't metaphorical. I mean literally addressing money in conversation, acknowledging its presence in your life, and expressing your desire for a deeper relationship. You might say, "Money, I welcome you into my life. I appreciate our relationship and invite you to grow with me. I promise to respect you, to use you wisely, and to allow you to flow both to me and through me for the highest good. This practice transforms money from an impersonal resource into a responsive energy you're in relationship with. Just as you wouldn't ignore or take for granted a friend you hope to grow closer to, this conscious communication acknowledges money as a living force deserving of respect and appreciation. The breakthrough comes when you realize that money, like any energy, responds to your attention and intention. When you speak to it directly, with respect rather than desperation, with invitation rather than demand, you create an entirely different frequency than most people broadcast about finances. If you're intrigued by developing this conscious relationship with money as a responsive energy, write in the comments, "Money is my ally." This declaration itself begins to shift how money responds to your consciousness. A powerful shift in financial consciousness happens when you begin training yourself to notice and celebrate every instance of abundance that enters your life, no matter how seemingly insignificant. Most people are so focused on the big financial breakthroughs they desire that they completely overlook the small evidences of prosperity already appearing in their experience. This awareness practice creates what I call prosperity momentum, a growing recognition that money is already flowing to you in various ways. When you find a penny on the sidewalk, instead of dismissing it as worthless, pause and declare, "Money is coming to me easily and frequently. Thank you for this evidence of abundance." When you receive an unexpected discount, a refund, or even a friend picking up the coffee tab, acknowledge it as confirmation that your prosperity consciousness is expanding. What happens in these moments of recognition is a profound energetic shift. You're essentially telling the universe, "Yes, I see what you're bringing me, and I'm ready for more." Each acknowledgement becomes a powerful invitation for greater abundance to flow into your experience. It's like turning on a homing beacon that attracts more of the same energy. I worked with a client who began keeping a prosperity evidence journal, recording every instance of unexpected money appearing in her life. At first, the entries were modest: a $5 rebate, a forgotten gift card discovered in a drawer, a small tax refund. But within weeks, the amounts began increasing dramatically as her awareness expanded. Her consciousness had shifted from "I never have enough" to "money is constantly flowing to me from expected and unexpected sources." Behind the scenes of financial transformation is this crucial understanding: what you appreciate, appreciates. By celebrating financial increase in all its forms, regardless of size, you amplify the frequency of abundance in your life. It's like tuning a radio more precisely to the station you want to hear. The signal becomes increasingly clear and strong. Now, let me share another catalyst for financial transformation that creates remarkable results when practiced consistently. Craft a personal prosperity affirmation that resonates deeply with your unique energy and desires. This isn't about adopting someone else's words or using generic phrases that feel empty to you. It's about creating a declaration that vibrates with truth when you speak it. Your personal prosperity affirmation might be something like, "I am a money magnet. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds." Or perhaps, "Unlimited abundance flows to me effortlessly and joyfully from multiple sources." The key is finding words that create an immediate resonance in your body. A feeling of, "Yes, this is true for me," even if your current circumstances haven't caught up yet. What makes a personal prosperity affirmation so powerful is that it's precisely calibrated to your energetic signature. Unlike generic statements, these words speak directly to your subconscious in a language it understands and accepts. When repeated with genuine emotion and conviction, they begin reprogramming your financial blueprint at the deepest level. If you're ready to craft your own unique prosperity affirmation, write in the comments, "My words create my wealth." This declaration itself begins activating the creative power of your personalized financial language. One of the most liberating revelations on the journey to financial abundance is learning to release your attachment to how money will come to you. Most people sabotage their prosperity by fixating on specific channels of income. insisting that abundance must arrive through a particular job, investment, or opportunity. This rigid expectation actually creates energetic resistance that blocks the very flow you're trying to attract. The hidden truth behind financial manifestation is understanding the division of responsibility in this co-creation process. Your job is remarkably simple, yet profoundly powerful. Maintain the frequency of prosperity in your thoughts, emotions, and declarations. The universe's job is to determine the infinite channels through which that prosperity can reach you. When you try to control both aspects, you inadvertently limit the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates possibilities beyond your imagination. Think about this fundamental principle. Water always finds the path of least resistance. Money works the same way. It flows naturally to you through the channels that are most open, regardless of whether those match your preconceived ideas. When you release your grip on the how, you create space for synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, and brilliantly aligned solutions that your logical mind could never have calculated. I witnessed this transformation with a client who had spent years fixated on a specific business model as her only path to wealth. Despite mounting evidence that this approach wasn't working for her unique gifts, she refused to consider alternatives. The breakthrough came when she finally surrendered the how, while maintaining crystal clarity about the what, financial freedom to support her family and creative pursuits. Within weeks of this energetic shift, 3 unexpected income opportunities appeared, none of which resembled her original plan, but all perfectly aligned with her authentic strengths. Behind the scenes of every financial miracle is this sacred dance between your focused intention and your willing surrender. It's the perfect balance of masculine and feminine energies. The directed clarity of what you desire combined with the receptive openness to how it might arrive. Now, let me share another profound catalyst for financial transformation. Giving from a place of abundance rather than sacrifice. The way you give money is just as important as how you receive it. When you give from a mindset of sacrifice, feeling that you're losing something or that you can't really afford to share, you're actually broadcasting scarcity rather than abundance. True prosperity consciousness is demonstrated when you give with genuine joy and from a place of knowing there's always more than enough. This doesn't mean giving recklessly or beyond your means. It means shifting the energy behind your giving from "I can't really afford this, but I should do it," to "I joyfully share from my abundance, knowing that as I give, I simultaneously open myself to receive." This shift in giving consciousness creates a powerful energetic loop that keeps you in the flow of prosperity. Each time you give from abundance rather than lack, you're making a profound declaration to the universe. I trust in the endless supply. I am not afraid of sharing because I know more is always coming to me. If you're beginning to understand this delicate balance between focused intention and surrender, write in the comments, "I trust the flow." This declaration itself begins to release the constriction that comes from trying to control every aspect of your financial manifestation. One of the most overlooked opportunities for financial transformation happens during the hours you spend asleep. Your conscious mind, with all its doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs about money, finally relaxes its grip during sleep, allowing direct access to your powerful subconscious. This twilight state between wakefulness and sleep is pure gold for reprogramming your prosperity consciousness. As you drift off each night, give your subconscious mind specific instructions through simple yet powerful declarations. While I sleep, my consciousness is being reprogrammed for wealth and prosperity. I awaken to new financial opportunities. These words, spoken in those precious moments before sleep, bypass the critical faculty of your conscious mind and plant themselves directly in the fertile soil of your subconscious. What happens during these nighttime hours is nothing short of miraculous. Your subconscious mind, which controls approximately 95% of your thoughts, decisions, and actions, begins rewiring your financial blueprint according to these new instructions. It works tirelessly through the night, dissolving old patterns of lack and limitation while establishing new neural pathways aligned with abundance. This revelation transforms the most ordinary part of your day, going to sleep, into a powerful catalyst for financial rebirth. Many clients report waking with inspired ideas, unexpected solutions to financial challenges, or a profound sense of confidence about money that wasn't present the day before. These aren't coincidences, but direct manifestations of this nocturnal reprogramming. Behind the scenes of every financial transformation is this fundamental truth. Your subconscious mind doesn't rest when you do. It continues processing and integrating whatever you've fed it before sleep. When you consistently use these precious moments for prosperity programming rather than worrying about bills or replaying financial stress, you're essentially redirecting the immense power of your subconscious toward creating rather than reinforcing your financial reality. Now let me reveal what might be the most profound catalyst for financial transformation: the recognition that your word is literally your wand for creating abundance. In ancient wisdom traditions, the wand was never just a magical prop. It represented the focused intention and directed will of the practitioner. Similarly, your words carry this same creative force when spoken with conviction and aligned emotion. Every time you speak about your financial reality, whether silently to yourself or aloud to others, you're literally waving the wand of creation. Your words aren't just describing your circumstances, they're actively shaping them with precision and power. This understanding completely transforms how you speak about money, bills, opportunities, and your financial future. When you declare, "I am a money magnet," or "wealth flows to me effortlessly," you're not engaging in positive thinking or wishful fantasy. You're wielding your creative power with the same authority as an artist wielding a brush or a composer directing an orchestra. You are quite literally conducting the symphony of your financial reality through the precise vibration of your chosen words. If you're beginning to recognize this profound creative power in your own financial words, write in the comments, "My words shape my wealth." This acknowledgement itself is a powerful declaration that activates your awareness of yourself as the author of your prosperity story. You've now discovered the sacred truth about the words that open every door to financial abundance. This isn't just information, it's a profound invitation to completely transform your relationship with money through the conscious use of your creative power. I hope you've felt that shift happening within you as we've journeyed together through these principles. If this message has resonated with you, if you felt that inner knowing that you are indeed the author of your financial story, I'd love for you to write in the comments, "My word is my wealth wand." This simple declaration not only acknowledges that you've completed this journey with me, but it also puts into practice the very principle we've been exploring together. I create these videos as living invitations to financial transformation, and your subscription to this channel allows these prosperity principles to reach you the moment they're released. Each video builds upon the last, creating a comprehensive pathway to the abundance that is your birthright. If you found value in our time together, touching that like button is a beautiful way to express gratitude. And as we've discovered, gratitude itself is one of the highest prosperity frequencies you can broadcast. There's a video right here that takes these principles even deeper, revealing the exact morning ritual that has helped thousands create financial breakthroughs within days rather than months or years. Click and continue with me there, and let's take the next step in your prosperity journey together. Remember, in every moment, with every word, you are actively creating your financial reality. Choose those words with intention, with conviction, and with the full knowledge that prosperity is not something you chase, it's something you become.